season tickets, we've been really excited by it. The whole Charlton family is getting behind the team. We've sold over 11,000 of them as of now, which I think is more than any other time in the last decade. So it's a real vote of confidence in Nathan and his team. It goes to show that the excitement that everyone's feeling, and it'll mean that we've got a packed out valley. It's tremendously exciting. So for an opening day to have our best attendance that we've had for over a decade and a half is brilliant. And we actually think that there's a couple of other targets that are in sight. Now, big attendances create special atmospheres at the Valley, and it creates this virtuous cycle. It's an incredibly iconic stadium, and when it's full and when it's kicking towards the covered end, we've all seen quite recently towards the end of last season what a fantastic output that creates from everybody, the noise, the energy. That's what we're really looking forward to, and I can't wait till 12:30 on August the 9th. I think it's not a secret that the floodlights last season were sort of fairly dim, and I spoke in the post-Wembley programme about how we've got a great opportunity to make that better. Our new floodlights will get installed at some point in September for a big switch on there just before the Millwall game, and our short sponsor Maximase are our floodlight supplier too. So we'll be looking forward to sort of a significantly enhanced offering at the Valley in that respect.
We've undertaken full IT infrastructure across the off-season with the anticipated bigger crowds, the digitalisation of the stadium, all the new Sky Q systems. Takes a lot of IT and bandwidth. We realised at the end of the season when we started getting those bigger crowds that we just couldn't cope in the infrastructure we were in. So we've taken on a massive project across the off-season.
We've wanted to digitally upgrade the Valley for quite some time. The previous boards were getting very old, and I think everybody's seen that the big screen was sort of beginning to show the end of life. We've worked really hard with ADI, our new LED partners, to produce something completely different at the Valley. It's going to be a several stage process. The first thing that people will notice at the Watford game is that we'll have some double-sided LED screens, so there'll be some crowd-facing LED. What that allows us to do is it allows us to clean up some of the signage. It gives us an opportunity for our slightly smaller sponsors and smaller commercial partners to be able to have something that's really sort of popping out to the crowd and can really sort of speak to them. What's going to happen after that, sort of throughout October, is that we'll have a new big screen between the east and the south stands. It'll wrap completely between the east and the south stands, making the Valley feel a lot more enclosed. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. It's going to be higher resolution, higher definition. There'll be a new graphical package. It'll look very different to how it did before. And the other changes that we'll have, we'll be having LEDs in between the upper and the lower tiers of the west stand. So facing the cameras, the Valley will suddenly look sharper. Alongside that, we're doing a lot of things at the Valley in order to make the whole place look crisper, look more organised. We've repainted certain areas. I think it'll really make sort of some things stand out. It looks really smart. We've looked at some of the wayfinding, and we've also sort of looked at some of the things, we've all seen that there were posters there that were quite obsolete. We've seen some things that just made the whole place look a bit unloved, and there's been a hell of a lot of work gone in by our tremendous maintenance and operations team in order to make sure that when we all come back to the Valley on August the 9th, that it looks a very special place to be and a home that's fit for Championship football.
When you'll come back, you'll see there's a bit of a new look and feel inside the actual stadium. All the vomitories that you come out of into your seats have now all been painted black. We've tried to get rid of a lot of the sandstone colour and really sort of push that red and black feel that's like the Club Sharp and Valley Central. We've removed all of the old sponsor static boarding and put up some Charlton branded stuff.
One of the big successes that we had last year was the fan zone. It was a bit of a pilot. It was a bit of a sort of let's see what would happen, and it transpired that it was immensely popular, even in some of the sort of the poor weather and evening matches. It really created quite a special atmosphere outside the Valley leading up to match day. We want to make that better. We've invested into the fan zone, we've expanded it, we've made it bigger. There'll be more pumps there, we can try and deal with some of the queues, and there'll also be a greater range of food.
Part of going up to the Championship, Goalline technology forms part of that. So the team from Hawkeye have been in over the summer fitting in all the cabling, all the technology, so we're able to comply with that in the season. So that will be live at home games this season. We started our pitch renovations in June. We've had a full sort of 6-7 weeks growing in period this year. Obviously this is now year 2 of the pitch construction, so a lot of the sort of troubling things we faced last year, we're hoping we won't face this year.
I think this is going to be a really special season. I think it's going to be one that's going to be full of, as every season is, of ups and downs. Everybody's working really, really hard. They're working hard at the Valley, working hard at the training ground. The sense everywhere throughout the club is one of excitement, and we just can't wait to get started.